Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you followed my link from Instagram, I am Variety with Vianelli. If you just found my channel here in the world of YouTube, I am Marisela Castillo. Okay guys, so what I want to talk to you guys about today is, as the title and thumbnail explain, I got lip filler. I got lip injections. I did get my lips done. Or if you're clicking on this video to get more information, that's kind of why I wanted to make the video, is so that it would be helpful if you're thinking about getting your lips done, or if you are kind of just wanting to see like what it does to your lips and just curious, even if you don't want to get them done but you still just kind of want to know like what the heck is that, why are people doing this. Kind of why I wanted to make this video, is to just try to explain and give you what happened with my personal experience. This is my official first week with my lips being done. I got them on Monday the 12th of February, and then today is the 19th. I did go to a place here in town. I do live in the capital city of my state, so I was very comfortable with the place that I went to. I was very informed before I went. I think there's only about 2 locations here in my city. There are other locations outside of this city, in the next big metropolitan area, just like an hour down the road. But I didn't want to go an hour down the road. I felt like what I needed and the services that I was looking for were available here in my city to get the services that I needed, and I trust where I went. So one of the biggest things that I did kind of when I was getting like into the research of it a little bit, there is like a huge like misconception with Botox and lip filler. You do not put Botox in your lips, like in your actual lips. You do not put Botox in your lips. I think people hear the word Botox and think of a needle, and then they see people's videos and pictures of like a needle inside of their lip, and they just assume Botox in your lips. You don't put Botox in your lips. I do have the website for Juvederm up in front of me on my phone, just so that I can tell you exactly word for word correctly what it is, because I don't want to tell you kind of like in my own words and then say something that doesn't make sense. So I do have the website pulled in front of me. What you do have in your lips is hyaluronic acid, and hyaluronic acid is a natural substance in the skin that delivers nutrients, helps the skin retain moisture and softness, and adds volume. And pretty much the product that I have is Juvederm, and it is the Juvederm Ultra Plus XC, and it's just an injectable gel with lidocaine. And Juvederm is basically just a filler. It's supposed to smooth and add volume into certain areas where it is placed, and so that is why when you have it done, it is used with a needle, so that the needle can precisely get into those areas where you want the volume added, the fullness added to, so that it is very precise. Say one syringe is probably, I mean, I don't see syringes very often, so I don't know how much like a regular syringe looks like, or how much it has. The girl who did mine, she said a syringe is pretty much like 1 teaspoon or tablespoon. I can't remember exactly what she said, but it's just like around 1 teaspoon that you have in a syringe. And on mine, we did not even use like 1/4 of that syringe. Going into a follow-up point is, if you do not use a full syringe, then that product is pretty much wasted and it expires. The product, once the syringe is opened and used, you pretty much only have 2 weeks of a shelf life for it to be good. So if you don't use the full syringe, it's like the product is pretty much wasted and you bought a full syringe and didn't use it. However, at the same time, you do kind of have to think like, I don't want to put a full syringe in my lips and have them look goofy. I'm not trying to have goofy looking lips. I personally made the choice to get my lips done because I felt like my lips were very uneven and very crooked. I felt like my lips were slouched like that. So one side of my lip was down here and like full, and then the other side of my lip, bottom lip, was like up here. But that's just kind of like the natural shape of my mouth. But for me, it just bugged me so much. So that's really what influenced me, is that my lips at the top, I don't have like any fullness in the top lip at all, like whatsoever. It was really non-existent kind of. We'll insert photos as I'm kind of talking about this, as I'm kind of going through like the timeline of this. So that was what made me decide on getting lip fillers, is just that my top lip was not full at all. It was just very thin, like paper thin, and my bottom lip was just really crooked. It was just so slouched that it bothered me a lot. I have personally in my lips is Juvederm Ultra Plus XC. I did make that follow-up appointment, and she is going to evaluate my lips and see if there are any areas that we need to adjust, need to tweak, or add more. Like I said, I only used 1/4 of the syringe. When I was researching and everything, I was looking at the prices, and in my specific area, it was ranging anywhere between $500 and $800. I know that in places like California, that easily runs you $700 to $800. My area is a lot better in price for that, and I say when I did mine, I actually was very lucky that my price was affordable. Mine was $520. I do have Care Credit. That place that I went to did provide, I guess, financing for you. The only reason I have Care Credit is because my dog got hit by a car and I couldn't pay for her surgery, so that's why I have Care Credit, because the vet was so expensive because my dog got hit by a car and broke her leg. So that's the only reason why I ever had Care Credit. And I didn't ever close it just in case, because I do have a dog and she's already gotten hit by a car once. I'm not saying that she'll probably get hit by a car again. Hopefully not. But that's the only reason why I kept that line of credit open. So for me, for my location, one syringe was $520, and I was able to use Care Credit to pay for it. Moving on to the next thing, when you do arrive to your aesthetic office, or if you're like at a dermatologist or something, you will go in and they pretty much just put this like cooling gel on you. It's supposed to numb your lips and so that you don't feel anything. My pain tolerance is pretty decent, so she said, have you ever had your lips done before? And I said, no, I have not. And so she said, okay, I recommend that we put on the numbing gel for you. Like, it's like a numbing cream, looks like lotion kind of thing. And she's like, I will put that on your lips and let that dissolve and kind of leave you alone for about 15 minutes, and then I'll come back into the room. So she put that like cream on my lips, and it started to like tingle like everywhere. I mean, like, if you've ever had anything numb before, or like even like your foot fall asleep, you know the sensation of like when it starts to work. And so she came back probably like 10-15 minutes later, and she asked me if it was working or if I wanted her to wait longer to start injecting, and I said no, it was fine. It was I guess working. The numbing gel did work, and I felt it was working enough for her to start working on my lips. She was really nice. She asked me, am I okay with needles? Am I like twitchy? Am I like faint of heart? And I said no, my only issue is I have asthma, so if I start to get like warm or like nervous sometimes, I will start to cough and like have an asthma attack. And she said, okay, just please, you know, be vocal about that. If you start to get warm or if you need to cough, please tell me before I actually start touching your lips. And I said, yeah, that's fine. I definitely can do that. I did actually get very hot when she started to start injecting my lips, and it's only because she got like very far into the corners, like the corners of my lips, and I could tell that the gel did not reach the very inside corners. So that actually I was able to feel, and that did actually hurt pretty good. So I think that's kind of like, I got nervous and I could feel the pain that I got really hot. So I didn't pass out or anything, but I did actually start coughing pretty good in the office. So we did have to take like a little break, and then we were able to continue again. But if you don't have asthma and you don't, you know, that's not relevant to you, then you should be fine. I definitely still could feel her pricking around like certain areas, but it wasn't like excruciating pain. It wasn't hard. It wasn't like unbearable pain. It just was, I guess, like little pricks, and you could definitely feel when she would have the needle enter the lip, and that was pretty much it. I guess fast forward to us finishing, I think she only pricked me probably about like 8 to 10 times, but each time, like I said, we only used like a fourth of the syringe. So now we're done, and she basically, while she was injecting me, she said, you are going to swell. You are going to swell so much. I can already tell in between breaks of like, you know, pricking me or whatever. She was like, I can already tell just in between our breaks of time, she would stop, step back like 5 feet away, look at my lips, then look at them closer like 2 feet away, and then come back to my face and then, you know, re-inject in certain areas. She said that my lips were already immediately getting swollen. So she told me that I was going to be a sweller, and I really was. So she told me that I would have to put an ice pack on my lips immediately, otherwise they were going to look huge. So I did put an ice pack on my lips probably for about a good 2 hours. It was unfrozen, and I had it on my lips constantly, and my lips were still so swollen, like really swollen. My top lip felt so heavy, like it felt like I had like a rock in there or something. Like I would touch my lip like with my tongue inside of my mouth, and it just felt so sensitive, so sensitive. It was really hard like to touch it. It just felt like you could definitely feel that something was in there, and it wasn't like a scary feeling. It was just like a more of a very sensitive feel. Like lick my lip from the inside with my tongue, it felt like bumpy and like just kind of odd. And then I continued to ice it just like maybe 30 minutes at night, and my lips were just bone dry, like super dry. They were cracking. They were just super dry. I had to apply chapstick. I didn't have any Vaseline. I wish I would have just went out and bought Vaseline. And like I said, my lips were so swollen. I was looking a hot mess, like just freaking goofy. So that's why I didn't go out and buy the Vaseline. I just should have, but I only had chapstick. So I was applying the chapstick like you would not believe. My lips were just so dry. And finally after that, I went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning and it was gone. Like the feeling of like that heaviness, like that Like the bumps in the back that I could feel with my tongue, they were just gone. Like, I don't know what magical creature came into my room that night and like massaged it or something, but it was just gone. The swelling was still there, but the feeling that something heavy and like the sensitive to touchness, it just disappeared. It was gone. Like, just overnight, the next morning, it was just gone. The bumpiness, the heaviness, it was gone. And I was very surprised. It was really kind of surprising that that happened. I figured that I would have that for at least 2 days, and it wasn't there. I know on the first day I tried to drink something like out of the cup lid, and like it hurt my lips. Like, it honestly hurt my lips. So I tried to grab a straw, and then when I grabbed a straw, I tried to drink it like directly in the center of like my top and bottom lip. Oh my god, that hurt. My lips continued to be very swollen, and they continued to stay super dry. So I was like on the ball chapstick like 24/7 trying to keep them hydrated. So that was pretty much the only huge difference that I noticed on the second day. And then on the third day is actually when my lips started bruising. Like, so that was on Monday when I got them done, and then on Wednesday a bruise appeared on my bottom lip, and the bruise stayed there, and it was like really big, and I did have that bruise for a few days. I did have to keep something on my lips at all times. One, so that it would stay moisturized, and two, so that you could not see such a big purple bruise on my lip. My lips feel perfectly normal now. They feel perfectly like smooth. Wrapping this up, I do want to leave you guys with you know, if you are feeling uncomfortable in your own skin and you have a way or a means to change it for your personal, for you personally, then I am totally for that. But if it's going to make me personally happy, and it's gonna make me feel comfortable and make me feel beautiful inside of my own skin, because I'm the only one that wears this skin, I am all for it. I don't mind these, you know, augmentations in, you know, creating a look, creating my lip shape a little bit different than how it is naturally, how it naturally is. I do not mind that at all. I just wanted to at least get this video out there. Like I said, if you are curious about getting your lips done, having your lip augmentation, getting them filled, or if you're curious about just like what it is, what the heck why is this a thing that people are doing, it's kind of, I just wanted to explain that to you all and let you know that I have done it, and I will be returning in next Monday so that we can do the final touches and get everything tweaked. Otherwise than that, guys, that's pretty much all that I have to tell you. I definitely am happy with how they look right now. Do look better to me. I do absolutely love them. It is like literally an instant change. It is beautiful. I love them. They aren't so slouched anymore, and that's where I will leave you guys. I hope you did enjoy my pictures that I did add on the screen here so that you'd be able to kind of see as I was telling you my story. And make sure that you do subscribe to my channel before you leave, otherwise you might lose me out in the YouTube world, and you don't want that. Bye!